Hello and welcome. We offer you a variety of action and thriller films, and now we start the video. The film Kimbo is an American action comedy movie released in 2019, directed and written by Ivan Jackson. The film stars Daniel Radcliffe, Samara Weaving, Rhys Darby, and Natasha Liu Bordizzo. The story revolves around Miles Harris, a timid man leading a mundane life, working a boring job, and living alone in a small apartment. One night, Miles is attacked by a group of men and finds himself with guns bolted to his hands. Miles realizes that these guns are not just self-defense tools, they are part of a real-life television game show called Slayers. In this game, battles are broadcast with participants forced to use weapons attached to their bodies. Miles decides to participate in the game to save his life and becomes one of the most famous players in the world. He faces numerous challenges in the game, including fighting against powerful and ruthless opponents. In the end, Miles manages to win the game and get rid of the guns attached to his hands. He realizes he has the power to change his life and decides to start anew. Key characters in the film. 1. Miles Harris *. He is the main character in the film, a quiet man leading a miserable life. Miles is attacked by a group of men and finds himself with guns attached to his hands. He decides to participate in the Slayers game to save his life and becomes one of the world's most famous players. 2. Red Ison *. He is one of the players in the Slayers game, a violent and willing to kill individual. Miles faces Red Ison in a decisive battle and manages to defeat him. 3. Nyx *. She is the host of the Slayers show, a mysterious and alluring woman. Nyx takes an interest in Miles and assists him in the game. Review. The film Kimbo received mixed reviews from critics. It was praised for its acting, direction, and thrills, but criticized for its extreme violence. The movie also achieved moderate commercial success, grossing over $10 million worldwide. The movie 16 Blocks is an American action and crime film released in 2006, directed by Richard Donner, and starring Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, Mos Def, and David Morse. The film's plot revolves around Jack Mosley, a New York City detective struggling with alcohol addiction. After a long day at work, Mosley is tasked with escorting Eddie Bunker, a key witness in a police corruption case, from the police precinct to the courthouse. The mission appears straightforward as the courthouse is only 16 blocks away from the police precinct. However, Mosley discovers that Bunker is a target for gangsters who want to eliminate him. Mosley finds himself in a confrontation with the gangsters and is forced to use his fighting skills to save Bunker's life. Along the way to the courthouse, Mosley faces numerous challenges, including attempts on his life by the gangsters and Bunker's attempts to escape. In the end, Mosley successfully delivers Bunker to the courthouse, establishing himself as a hero. Mosley also realizes he needs to make a change in his life and decides to quit drinking. Key characters in the film. 1. Jack Mosley *. He is the main character in the film, a New York City detective struggling with alcohol addiction. Mosley is tasked with escorting Eddie Bunker, a key witness in a police corruption case, to the courthouse. He faces various challenges during the journey, including attempts on his life by the gangsters and Bunker's escape attempts. 2. Eddie Bunker *. He is a key witness in a police corruption case, and gangsters seek to eliminate him. Mosley is responsible for protecting him during the journey to the courthouse. 3. David Rufino *. He is one of the gangsters trying to kill Bunker. Rufino engages in multiple confrontations with Mosley eventually defeating him. 4. Marissa *. She is a young girl who cooperates with Mosley to help save Bunker. Marissa shows bravery and determination, assisting Mosley on his journey to the courthouse. Review. The film 16 Blocks received positive reviews from critics, with praise for its acting, direction, and suspense. The film also achieved significant commercial success, grossing over $100 million worldwide. The movie The Magnificent Seven is an American Western film released in 1960, directed by John Sturges, and starring Steve McQueen, Yul Brynner, Charles Bronson, James Coburn, Robert Vaughn, William Holden, and Brad Dexter. The film's plot is set in the American West and follows the story of a group of men who come together to help a small Mexican village protect itself from a gang of bandits. The film begins with a gang of bandits led by Calvera Eli Wallach arriving in a small Mexican village. The bandits demand tribute from the village and threaten to destroy it if the tribute is not paid. The Mexican villagers refuse to pay the tribute and decide to seek help from outside. The village leader, Hilario, sends his son, Chico, to a nearby town to find men who can assist the village. Chico encounters a group of men, including 1. Chris Adams, Yul Brynner, a skilled gunman who agrees to help the Mexican village and leads the men in the battle against the bandits. 2. Vin Tanner, Steve McQueen, a sharpshooter who joins Chris in the fight. 3. Bernardo O'Reilly, Charles Bronson, a skilled fighter who becomes a vital part of the group. 4. Lee, Robert Vaughn, a war veteran dealing with personal demons. 5. Britt, James Coburn, a knife expert and gunfighter. 6. Harry Luck, Brad Dexter, a gambler who also joins the mission. The men agree to assist the village and return with Chico. They prepare for a tough battle against the bandits. In the end, the men successfully defeat the bandits and protect the Mexican village. They leave the village, feeling a sense of pride for helping those in need. Key characters in the film. 1. Chris Adams *. He is the main character in the film, a skilled gunman who leads the group of men in the battle against the bandits. 2. Calvera Eli Wallach. He is the leader of the bandits who threaten the Mexican village. 3. Hilario *. He is the leader of the Mexican village and seeks help to protect his people from the bandits. Review. The movie The Magnificent Seven received positive reviews from critics, with praise for its acting, direction, and thrilling storyline. The film also achieved significant commercial success, grossing over $44 million in the United States. The new version of the film. A new version of the film was released in 2016, directed by Antoine Fuqua and starring Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, Ethan Hawke, and others. The new version follows the same basic story as the original film with some minor changes. The movie Miranda is an Indonesian action film released in 2009, directed by Gareth Evans and starring Iko Uwais. The film revolves around Yuda, a young man from rural Indonesia who travels to Jakarta in search of his missing brother. Yuda faces numerous challenges in Jakarta, including crime and violence. The film begins with Yuda arriving in Jakarta. He searches for his brother but struggles to find him. Yuda encounters a group of men who offer him work in the human trafficking trade. Yuda refuses to work with them and decides to protect a girl who is being sold as a slave. Yuda faces many challenges on his journey, including an attempt on his life by the human traffickers and the girl's attempt to escape. In the end, Yuda manages to defeat the traffickers and protect the girl. Key characters in the film. 1. Yuda *. He is the main character in the film, a young man from rural Indonesia who travels to Jakarta in search of his missing brother. Yuda faces numerous challenges in Jakarta, including crime and violence. 2. Roni *. He is the leader of a gang of human traffickers. Roni seeks to defeat Yuda and sell the girl as a slave. 3. Astri *. She is the girl who is being sold as a slave. Yuda meets her in Jakarta and helps her escape from the traffickers. Review. The movie Miranda received positive reviews from critics, with praise for its acting, direction, and thrilling storyline. The film also achieved significant commercial success, grossing over $10 million worldwide. Cultural significance. Miranda is considered one of the most successful films in the history of Indonesian cinema. The film helped bring Indonesian cinema to an international audience and is considered a pioneer in a new wave of Indonesian cinema. The movie The Foreigner is a 2017 British-Chinese action thriller film directed by Martin Campbell and starring Jackie Chan, Pierce Brosnan, Lu Tao, and John Fu. The film revolves around Quan, Jackie Chan, a humble Chinese businessman in London whose buried past is unearthed when his beloved daughter is killed by a politically motivated terrorist group. As Quan seeks to uncover the identity of the terrorists, he becomes entangled in a cat-and-mouse game with a British government official. The film begins with Quan arriving in London on a business mission. He meets his wife, Lam, Fan Bingbing, and his daughter Fan, Ellen Chung. That night, Lam and Fan are attacked by a group of men. Lam is killed, and Fan is seriously injured. Quan vows to avenge his daughter's death. He searches for the culprits behind the attack and discovers that it is a terrorist group from Northern Ireland. Quan contacts the British government and asks for their help in finding the terrorists. British officials refuse to assist him, citing the group's terrorist status and their inability to intervene. Quan decides to search for the terrorists on his own. He contacts a group of professional killers and asks for their assistance. Quan and the killers manage to locate the terrorists. Quan confronts them and successfully eliminates them. In the end, Quan achieves his revenge for his daughter's death. He leaves London and returns to China. Key characters in the film. 1. Quan *. He is the main character in the film, a humble Chinese businessman in London. His buried past is unearthed when his beloved daughter is killed by a politically motivated terrorist group. As Quan seeks to uncover the identity of the terrorists, he becomes entangled in a cat-and-mouse game with a British government official. 2. Professor Bromley *. He is the British government official responsible for counter-terrorism efforts. Bromley refuses to assist Quan in finding the terrorists, citing their terrorist status. 3. Liam Hennessy *. He is a former member of the IRA and the current Deputy First Minister of Northern Ireland. Quan suspects Hennessy's involvement with the terrorists. 4. Fan *. She is Quan's daughter, who is seriously injured in the terrorist attack but survives. Review. The Foreigner received positive reviews from critics, with praise for its acting, direction, and action sequences. The film also achieved significant commercial success, grossing over $160 million worldwide.